Of electrostatics, we are going to discuss electrostatic potential. Now, before I go to electrostatic potential, let us define electric current. What do you mean by electric current? Electric current I is equal to delta Q by delta T. That is, the flow of charge or the rate of flow of charge through a conductor is defined as electric current. Consider a wire of cross-sectional area A. Let us say this is the cross-sectional area A, through which some charge Q is passing in a given time period. Let us say that charge is Q and the time is T. Then electric current is defined as I is equal to Q by T. Now, what do you mean by electric charge? Electric charge is nothing but number of free electrons. So, I can write I is equal to number of electrons by time t. In a simple way, electric current is the flow of electrons through the cross-sectional area of the conductor in a given time period t. So, what is the unit for electric current? Unit for electric current is, so charge is measured in coulombs divided by time is seconds. So, instead of calling coulombs per second, we call it as ampere, indicated by capital A. Ampere is the name of a scientist, right? Now, how does an electron flow from one end to the another end of a wire? Will it go on its own? No. Now, simple analogy is, you take a metallic tube which is filled with which is packed with marbles, small spherical stones or marbles. Now, if I want to make these pebbles to move forward direction, the best thing that I can do is I have to lift this end of the tube so that they will fall downwards. This is the best way. So, I have to maintain some difference in the height, that is delta H. The same holds good for water also. Suppose you have a water pipe which is exactly parallel to the ground, then water will stagnate in that pipe. So, I have to maintain some height difference. So, due to gravity, water flows through any water pipe or through any canal. In the same way, air goes from high pressure to low pressure. The best example is, if you make a puncture to a tube of a tire, the air comes out without doing any work. But it is impossible to send air into the tube through that small hole without doing any work, right? For example, we have an overhead tank on our homes. So, in order to fill the tank, I have to use a motor. So, I am doing some external work to pump the water. If I want to draw the water from the same overhead tank, for me no need to do any work. So, without doing any work, I am getting the water from the overhead tank, but it is impossible to fill the tank without doing any work. So, in the same way, current goes from one end of the wire to another end of the wire when I maintain some potential difference. That is very, very important. Without maintaining potential difference across the ends of a conductor or a wire, it is impossible to send current through that wire. So, what do you mean by electric potential? That we will discuss now. So, whenever you hear the word potential, I discussed in the previous video that potential is very much related to potential energy. From potential energy only we define electric potential or electrostatic potential. What do you mean by potential? In our first year, in our junior intermediate syllabus, we have gravitational potential energy. So, there are many types of potential energies. So, generally gravitational potential energy, in simple way we write it as mgh. it can also be written by minus gmm by r, where capital G is universal gravitational constant. We have elastic potential energy. Elastic potential energy is given by half kx square. In the same way, we have potential energy in electricity, that we call it as electrostatic potential or electrostatic potential energy. In all the cases, we use U. In the previous video, that I think the third video of electrostatics, we wrote U is equal to minus Pe cos theta. This is the potential energy, electrostatic potential energy related to an electric dipole placed in the uniform electric field. Please watch that video how we derived. So how do you get potential energy? Whenever some work is done against to the wish of the object. It's very, very important. Whenever some work is done against to the wish of the object, that work is converted into potential energy, whatever the potential energy it may be. For example, you take the example of gravitational potential energy. What does it mean? Some stone is lying on the ground. It wants to stay on the ground only. Somebody lifted it to a height h. The same stone is lifted to some height h because of doing some external work. I am doing some external work. But it doesn't want to move upward. So whenever it gets chance, it definitely falls down. So whatever the work done against to its wish of coming down, that work done by the external agent or the system is stored as gravitational potential energy. So I am doing work against to the gravity. Gravity is the attraction by the earth. In the same way, you take the example of a spring. This is a spring. It always wants to maintain this length L. But I am stretching it. I am applying external force and I am stretching it. It doesn't want to be stretched. Or I can compress it. It doesn't want to be compressed. So whenever a spring is elongated or stretched, by doing some external work, that work is converted into elastic potential energy, that is given by half kx square. In the same way, we can apply this to electrostatics. Even in electrostatics also, we come across electrostatic potential energy whenever there is a change in the position of an electric charge with respect to another electric charge. So whenever the configuration is changed between two charges, some electrostatic potential energy is created. Now take the example, there is a charge q. I placed a charge q in the vacuum. So for that, for me, no need to do any work. Now I am bringing another charge, let us say some charge q, into the electric field of this one. I want to place this small q at a distance r from the source charge q. Let us say both are positively charged. So what happens? This bigger q repels the smaller q because of electrostatic repulsion. But I am doing some external work. So external work is done by me. This work done against to the wish of this smaller charge. So this work done by me is stored as electrostatic potential energy. So let us go to the analogy of gravitational potential energy. Suppose there is a stone, a spherical stone, lying on the ground. I want to place this on the top of a mountain. There is a cliff on which I want to keep this stone. I have to do some external work against the wish, that is against the gravitational attraction. So I am going from A to B by applying force, external force, Because of that, it is going from A to B. So the work done by external agent is the work done in going from A to B. This is also equal to the negative of the work done by the gravitational force. So negative of the work done by the gravitational force is from B to A. So in the same way, there are two works we can define even in the case of electrostatic potential energy. So U is equal to work done by the external force or the negative of the work done by the electrostatic force. I don't know how much external work is done by some external agent. It is better to make use of electrostatic force, the work done by the electrostatic force. We know the formula for electrostatic force by using Coulomb's inverse square law. Now we are going to derive the expression for electrostatic potential energy. So this is the case. There is a source charge capital Q and another charge small q is being brought from some place. Let us say, for our imagination, we are bringing this charge from infinity. That is an ideal case, right? But in reality, we don't bring anything from infinity. So whatever it may be, right? So work done by the electric force is nothing but F electric force into dr. Let us say some distance, small distance dr. So I am bringing this from infinity to a point, this point P, which is at a distance smaller. What is electrostatic force? By using Coulomb's inverse square law, I can write it as infinity to r. This is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Instead of q1, I have to write capital Q and q2 small q by r square dr. So these are all constants, only dr by r square will be integrated. So I can write this as capital Q small q by 4 pi epsilon naught integral dr by r square. So whose value we discussed in the previous video. So this is q by 4 pi epsilon naught. You will get it as r to the power of minus 2. So you will get it as minus 1 by r. So limits are infinity to r. This is infinity to r. If I substitute, the work done by electrostatic force is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q little q by r into, if I put a minus here, so upper limit is 1 by r only and lower limit 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity in mathematics is 0. 1 by infinity in mathematics is 0. So the work done is simply minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. So this is the work done by the electrostatic force. So as I defined, electrostatic potential energy is negative of the work done by electric force. So U is equal to simply 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. This is the expression for electrostatic potential energy. Now how to define electrostatic potential? In the same case, so there is a capital Q and I am bringing a small q from infinity. Instead of bringing another charge small q, if I bring a unit positive charge, then the work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a point of electric field against the wish of the charge, that work done by the external agent is equal to electrostatic potential. So what do you mean by electrostatic potential? Electrostatic potential is sometimes also called voltage. Now, why it is called voltage? Let us see. Now, electrostatic potential is defined as electrostatic potential energy per unit charge. So, I can write this as V is equal to W by Q also. So, this is the expression for electrostatic potential. So, when electrons flow from one point to another point, here when the potential is more and here the potential is less. That means electrons at this level have got more potential energy than those which are at this end. So, there is a difference. So, whenever there is a potential difference across the ends of a electric conductor, then current flows. This is just like water flowing from higher level to lower level. So, this is V is equal to W by Q. What are its units? So, work or energy is measured in joules. So, this is joule per coulomb. So, joule per coulomb, instead of calling joule per coulomb, we call it as volt. It is also a name of a scientist, Volta. Right. So, this is the unit for potential. So, we should maintain a potential difference. So, to our houses, we get two electric wires. One is at 230 or 220 volt, the another one is at 0 volt. We call it as live and we call this wire as neutral. When this is connected to a TV or to any other electrical appliance, then current flows through it. So, energy is given, that means the electrons are losing energy, that we call as potential drop. So, whenever some load is connected or whenever some resistor is connected, so voltage is dropped. So, electrons with more potential energy, they pass through the TV and they give out their energy and they go back. Then these electrons are once again pumped to high energy level. Who is pumping? Somebody is doing some work. This work is done by the generator, and generator utilizes natural resources. For example, if you go to a thermal power station where we utilize the heat energy, if you go to hydro power station, we utilize the kinetic energy of the moving water. So, somebody is doing work. Because of that work only we are continuously getting current. The current which I am getting now is produced now itself. Current cannot be stored on a large scale, that is impossible, right? Now, suppose 2 points are at the same potential. 2 points are at the same potential. That means that lineman gave a connection such that 2 wires are having same potential to my home. So, no light or no fan or any other electrical appliance will work, because all the electrons are at the same potential. The best example for this is perching of birds on the electric wires. You take the example of a bird which is sitting on the electric wire. Suppose it is sitting on a wire of 220 volt. Both its legs are at the same potential. So, current does not pass through this. So, it does not get an electric shock. Is it clear? Right. So, you should maintain a potential difference, then only you will get electric current. In our syllabus, we have potential due to a point charge, expression for the potential due to a point charge. Right. That we will do. That is simple. That I did already. Instead of putting small q, you put +1, then you will get the expression for electrostatic potential due to a point charge. So, suppose there is a point charge q, I am bringing a unit positive charge from infinity, that is the work done by external agent is equal to electrostatic potential. So, that comes out to be V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. Now, I cannot define electrostatic potential. Instead of defining electrostatic potential, we always define potential difference. So potential difference is delta V, that is equal to potential difference. So potential at point A is VA and potential at point B is VB. Then potential difference is, let us say, VB minus VA. Right. Now suppose you have a small bulb, you have a torchlight which is connected to a battery. So it is battery is maintaining the potential difference. Because of that, this bulb is glowing. The potential difference across the terminals or across the ends of the battery is called EMF. EMF is nothing but voltage defined at the source. Your source is the electric cell. It doesn't mean you have force, it is related to force. Even EMF is also measured in volts. Since potential difference is measured in volts, that is the reason why it is also called as voltage. Voltage or volts, from voltage is derived from volt. Is it clear? Right. Now, suppose you take a point charge Q at a distance r, you have some potential V. At the same distance r, so at all these points, the potential is same. So on all these points, if I connect all these points, I will get a sphere in 3-dimensional format. In 2-dimensional format, I will get a circle. The surface, in the case of 3-dimensional imagination, this surface is called equipotential surface. So what do you mean by equipotential surface? The surface on which all the points are at the same potential. That is called equipotential surface. Now, these lines are nothing but the field lines, indicate the direction of electric field. This is the direction of electric field. So electric field is always perpendicular to the potential. So there is a relationship between electric potential and field vector that is given by E is equal to dV by dr. That is differentiation. I can write this as V is equal to integral E dr. But here work done is negative, so I will get E is equal to minus dV by dr, voltage is equal to, right. Now let us discuss the relationship between E and V. So in our intermediate level, it is enough to write E is equal to V by d or V is equal to Ed. In an electric field, there is a charge Q. I want to move this charge from point A to point B by doing some external work. The distance between these 2 points is d. The force acting on this, we know that F is equal to QE, where E is the intensity of electric field. From the definition of voltage or electric potential, we know V is equal to W by Q. So work done is equal to QV. Work can be written as F into distance, the basic definition of work. So FD is equal to QV. So F is nothing but QE. I can write F is equal to QE. So QED is equal to Q times V. So QQ gets cancelled. So I will get E is equal to V by D. So this is more than enough in intermediate level. As I told you, in integral and differentiation form, we can write E is equal to dV by dr negative and V is equal to integral E dot dr or E dot dl. So this dipole expression for the electrostatic potential due to an electric dipole. We know what is an electric dipole. So two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance. This distance is 2a. This is called an electric dipole. Now I want to find electric potential at a point P, at an arbitrary point P. The distance between this point P and the electric dipole is always measured from the center of the dipole. So this is the distance. Let us say this distance is r. So point P is at a distance r from the center of the electric dipole O, and it is making an angle theta with the axial line. This is the axial line that we discussed already in the previous videos. Now what are the distances of minus q and plus q from point P? So this is one distance and this is another distance. Let us say this is r1 and this is r2. I know only the value r and theta, but I don't know the values of r1 and r2. I have to write the values of r1 and r2 in terms of r and theta. So I have to write unknown values in terms of known values, that is r and theta. Right. Since potential is a vector, is a scalar quantity, so simply potential due to both the charges of the dipole is equal to potential due to minus q plus potential due to plus q. So what is the formula? V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by distance. So here distance one is r1, the other one is r2. So I can take it as q by r1 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r2. So I can take 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q common. So this becomes 1 by r1 plus 1 by r2. But I don't know the values of r1 and r2 as I told you earlier. So I have to write these values in terms of r and theta. Now, if you see the diagram and if you observe, r2 is less than r and r1 is greater than r. So in order to get r1, I have to add something extra to r. So this is making an angle theta. You extend this, here also you have theta. So I am extending this line. The extra distance that I have to add to r is this one. So this extra I have to add. Let us say that extra distance is x. Now in order to get r2, I have to subtract something from r. How much I have to subtract? I have to subtract this much. This is also x. Right. So r2 is equal to r minus x. And r1 is equal to r plus x. So I am drawing a perpendicular line. So this is a right angle triangle, even here also right angle triangle. If here it is theta, even here also this is theta. I know this value as a and a. I don't know the value of x. If you take any one of these two triangles, I have to use cos theta. So cos theta is adjacent by hypotenuse. So hypotenuse in both the cos theta is x by a. In both the cases you will get the same thing. So I will get x is equal to a cos theta. Now substitute it here. So this becomes v is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by, so r1 is r plus a cos theta plus, sorry, here I have to take minus, this is minus q. So this is minus 1 by r1. So this is minus, q is minus, no? So 1 by r minus a cos theta. So this can be written as v is equal to, you have q. So q by 4 pi epsilon naught. This becomes 1 by r minus a cos theta minus 1 by r plus a cos theta. So you have to do some simple mathematical simplification. So this becomes, this is the constant q by 4 pi epsilon naught. So in the numerator you will get r plus a cos theta minus r plus a cos theta divided by a plus b into a minus b. You will get it as r square minus a square cos square theta. So here you have plus r and minus r, they get cancelled. So you will get v is equal to, so v is equal to q q by 4 pi epsilon naught, q by 4 pi epsilon naught, you will get 2aq cos theta. You can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2aq cos theta divided by r square minus a square cos square theta. So, this is the expression for the electric potential due to an electric dipole at a point P whose coordinates are r and theta. R is the spatial coordinate and theta is the azimuthal coordinate. So, but 2aq is known as P, that is called the dipole moment of an electric dipole. So, I can write V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by r square minus a square cos square theta. In all the derivations related to electric dipole, we imagined that A is very much less than R. So, in this case, A can be neglected. Even here also we neglect, we will put A is equal to 0. So, when I put 0, so this becomes 0. So, V for a small electric dipole, for a short dipole, this becomes V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by R square. So, this is the expression for electric dipole, potential due to an electric dipole.